Right. Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm from Center for Cybersecurity. I got to learn about Bizsquare actually, interestingly, through Google. When I was looking for different loans and different ways of getting through. I did approach a number of companies, but after I did one meeting with Melvin, I felt that hey, look, this looks like a very good opportunity to work with somebody who actually in the first session had given me really good advice as to what I needed to look out for to be able to get loans, right? Because one of the biggest struggles I had during that time was I was looking for a company that could help me, access loans so that my company can grow. But after talking to a few companies, it was really a bit strange. But once I had one first meeting with Melvin, it was very clear what are the steps I can take to be good and qualified for a loan as a company and as well as an individual, because I'm the director and shareholder of the company, for me to be able to do what I need to be able to access the loans. So from that process, I learned a lot about even how the finance systems works, how I can best gear myself, right? Because at the end of the day, the company finances are tied to mine, and my ability to support the company's loan would then be one of the major factors as to what they consider for the loan. And I did not realize this because I've been spending most of my life as a freelancer and a solopreneur. So the biggest difference was learning how I can impact my business, how I can find my way around and then support my business. So that's how I managed to find my way. And then eventually, this year we managed to get the loan. That really helped us a lot because it allowed us to move forward on quite a few steps that we wanted to take without having to take in investors. And I think that was very essential for us to be able to move forward as well. So that's why, for me, if you're actually, if you don't know your way around how to deal with the loan processes, how to deal with all these different things, I highly recommend Melvin. He will give you some ideas of where you can go before supporting you on the journey so that you can do your part and he can do his part to build, a better cash flow for your company. So how Melvin impacted the way I was doing things is, first up, learning that I needed a credit history. So first me realizing that me not having a credit history is a problem, because I grew up as a person who believed that credit card was an issue, all this kind of everything, right? So I had no credit history. But when I learned about okay, as a director and a shareholder of the company, it's important for me to have a credit history. It helped a lot because then I started noticing all these little things. And started working on my financial statements to make sure that, at least I have a credit record of myself. And I actually got my business partner to do the same. I got even my staff to do the same for themselves in the long run, because we've started realizing that, hey, look, if it doesn't matter that you don't like to use credit cards in the sense of, I don't want to end up owing the credit card company money. But at the end of the day, if you do your credit history right and you do it properly, you have a lot better access into credit ratings and therefore much better access to loans. And I think that's one of the biggest difference. The other part that he did a lot for me was also helping me understanding the best methods of connecting, and even setting up my company to be good for loans. So for example, my transaction histories, all these kind of different things, like how to be clear about it such that it is something that, when I send it to a bank or send it to a loan company, it is accurate in reflecting what my company is doing. Because at the end of the day, when your company is new, very often the banks wouldn't trust you. But so you need to build the trust. You need to know how to build the trust, and that's really what Melvin supported us on. Great. Especially I would recommend Bizsquare to other business owners, because I think the input and the expertise is very valuable. Because I dealt with other companies that basically just paper pushers, right? They just take my documents, send it to the bank, and then come back. Whereas what I experienced with Melvin was actually a very consultative process, very experiential in terms of figuring out what is needed before taking the next steps. And it helps me a lot in understanding, okay, what can I do to support my company's growth as well? Especially for companies who don't know, especially for business owners who don't know how to get loans. I would highly recommend Melvin, because it'll help you figure out what you need to get done. Because if not, you're just going to keep applying and not have any success. But, having the right support is really important.